Hello, it's Oren Prunken, and today I want to tell you about an experience I had almost to the point on this bit of road a couple of weeks back. So I was literally driving down this road, and in about a kilometre's time when I turned the corner, I got to the traffic lights and I pulled up behind a whole bunch of cars, and there was lots of different things happening. There were cars and there was traffic and there were billboards that were flashing and the radio was on, and I had to concentrate on all of these different things. And what happened was I got distracted from all of that, and I looked at the back of the car in front of me, and in fact it was actually a ute. I looked at the ute in front of me, and it was a tradie. It was a plumber. And what was on the plumber's bumper bar, but it was the actual metal part of the bumper, were all of these things that looked like magnets. And they were literally magnets that were sitting on the back of this person's bumper. And the closer I looked, the more I realized that they were actually the plumber's business cards. And we're literally coming up to the bit of road and intersection right now where this happened, which is really funny. But what had happened was this plumber put all of their business cards in on their bumper. Literally, I'm right here now at this intersection, literally in the same lane, which is so funny and ironic also. But they did two different things with this. The first in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is a thing called a pattern interrupt. And a pattern interrupt is very much like the title says. It's something that interrupts someone's behavior or thinking pattern. So we've all got these behaviors and thinking patterns, and here, I was looking around like I am at all the traffic and the billboards and all the things that are happening. So that was the pattern I was in, and this business card in the form of a magnet interrupted that pattern. And because it was something unique and stark and out of the ordinary, and I looked at it and it got my attention. So if you're creating an ad, you need to do a pattern interrupt. You need to interrupt people's habitual behavior and thinking patterns to get their attention. And this is one way to do it. It's just a really good reminder of how this plumber had done it. And then the second thing is that those business cards are actually an interactive piece of advertising. So that plumber doesn't actually need to be around to give out business cards. And I wasn't able to pick up one of them to see exactly what was on there, but they could have done all kinds of interesting and creative things in terms of quoting and lead generation, all of that with the text that's on that. But they don't need to be involved in that exchange of the business card. Someone that can see this, either a parked car or at a traffic light, can go up to the car and just pull one of these magnets or business cards, and I think it might be a bit more creative. Now, if it was me, I'd make it a bit more creative. One of these business cards off and be able to follow up with that plumber. Really, really interesting idea. Interactive way of doing an ad or creating an ad that is physical, that is interactive, and also a pattern interrupt. So if you are creating advertisements, I really want you to think about how you can firstly do a pattern interrupt to get people's attention. Then secondly, and this is not required, but definitely optional. The first one's definitely required, but an optional thing of how can you make your ads interactive? How can you capture attention by making it interactive and an experiential way of interacting with your brand? Get far more connection if you have interaction than not. You think about television. Television is not an interactive medium. It is very passive. All you have to do is sit there and you absorb it. Whereas reading's far more interactive, than a television. So I want you to think about that with any of your marketing and sales that you do. Hope this lesson was really useful. Until we talk next time, hope you have an awesome day. Goodbye. Thanks for listening. And if you like what was on here and want more, please go to orenprunken.com.